need to go to feed the cats. Hi, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Nani. I'm a film director, screenwriter based in Los Angeles. In last week's video, we talked about how I usually come up with the story ideas. If you haven't seen that already, I'll link it down below. In this week's video, as I promised, I'm going to talk about how you can give any story idea your unique voice. As a storyteller or any kind of creator, you probably all have those moments feel that when you come up with an idea, it just sounds a little bit familiar or even cliche. Don't doubt yourself because of that, my friend, because it's really normal. Everybody feels the same. Before we even start, I think I need to talk about why it's okay your story idea sounds a little bit familiar at this stage. The thing is, as a human being, like myself,
Yeah, I'm a human.
we can't create anything outside of our understanding that we don't know about. Our creations are based on things that we've experienced or we've seen, and there's a documentary series on this topic. You probably already heard it. It's called Everything is a Remix. It's a series of documentary short films that analyze creations in the human history. It's basically saying that everything has been created. It's the remix version of a whole bunch of other existing things. I don't know if there's really a genius out there that she can create something from nothing, but I know that's not me. So I'm really happy that I discovered the idea of everything is a remix. The short series is so comprehensive, and they have an episode dedicated to how the Star Wars remix everything. So I'm not going to talk too much here. I will leave the link of the Star Wars episode down below. Definitely go check it out because I think it will give you so much confidence. For example, the OA, you probably already watched it. In case you didn't, I'm not going to spoil it here. Everybody was talking about how brilliant and unique this show is, and I totally agree. But if you think about it carefully, those small parts of the plot is probably really similar to something that you've seen before. What the creator did is she added her point of view, her understanding, and her personality in the story, and she just play around it. She doesn't have any fear to moving stuff around, to recombine them, to remix them. Naturally, the show became so original because there's only one Brit Marlin in the world. If you followed her on Instagram, you will see she shared some insights of how she came up with such a crazy plot and crazy images. It's usually come from a book she read or some ideas she have heard that inspired her. Now, if you got your confidence, then let's talk about how can you add your voice into the idea you discovered and then remix them. This is a very broad topic, and I'm sure there's so many ways to do it, and everybody does it differently. So today I'm going to share 4 tips, and the first 3 tips cannot use by itself without tip number 4. Tip number 1, remix your characters. Let's talk about character. I'd like to solve any problem, start with the characters. When you came up with a story idea, you probably already have several characters. Align those characters with someone you know in your real life. Pick the one that have the personality that fascinates you, that you're familiar with, like a member of your family or your best friend from primary school. Analyze how she thinks, how she talks, and how she reacts to things. What's her flaw? And then when you write the script, put her in the character, make her go through the journey, asking yourself this question: how would she react in this situation? It will make your character speak for herself. I'll always try to do this for as many characters as I can. Tip number 2, implementing memorable events. Think about what event has happened that means a lot to you. Does this event can add into the story? The event doesn't have to be exact time and the situation as your story ideas. You can just pick a small part of the event and add into your story. You can change the character's gender, age, the time period. You can even change the power relationship between the people. Add the event into the story and remix them. This will give your story a lot of personal details. Tip number 3, details, details, details. We all have different point of views, and your job as a storyteller is to show your point of views to others. And how are we going to do that? Details. For example, when a group of people saw a girl crying at her porch, they are going to focus on totally different things. Some of them might focus on what she wears. Some of them might saw the way the wind blows her hair. Some of them might focus on the way her tear drops. If you highlight those details that you see, then the audience is going to see the event through your eyes. That's what makes a story unique. And remember, a storyteller's point of view is not showing in the plot. It shows through the details. Tip number 4, connect and adjust everything with the theme. In last week's video, we talked about to ask yourself what's your biggest fear at this moment and then what you wish to change in your real life. It's very important to align your flaw with the theme. A theme is the lesson we learned from the story. So pick the thing that you really truly care about is what really matters. When you work on last 3 tips, keep the theme in mind at all times. Think about if the character's flaw matches the theme, if the way she lies to herself matches the theme. Pick the events that relate to the theme, and pick the details can emphasize the theme. Try to keep the theme in every dialogue and every moment that you create. If the person and the event or the details that you pick doesn't really relate to the theme, then ask yourself, is there anything that you can tweak or adjust to match them? Every tips I talked about here can be digged into so much more, and then this video is going to be so long. So I'm going to leave it here. But remember, the plot is the structure and the result of a story. The character, the event, the details, and the theme is the hardcore. I think sometimes we just emphasize the plot too much that give us the mistaken notion that we don't have our unique voice. But the truth is, everyone has it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to this storytelling channel. And if you have more ideas on how to create a unique voice, you can leave the comment down below. And I will see you next time. Bye!